Well, they're a very good team. They've got an experienced defensive core. They've got an experienced goaltender, so they're very good on the defensive side of the puck. Their defensive core, which we mentioned, is very experienced, also has the ability of scoring some goals. They're just, they've got good instincts offensively, and they're a team, again, who's been pretty consistent this year. And they're very difficult at home, so I mean, we have our work cut out for us. Teams are going to tweak things, there's no question about it. I think the biggest thing that we want to do is we want to look at our Saturday night game against Lake Superior to see again what kind of changes they made against us. So there's no question we looked at last week's tape against Michigan Tech, for Lake State, but we also need to look at when we played them. So right now we're still trying to figure out these teams. I think in a year or two, when you know the patterns of a lot of coaches, it's a lot easier, but still you have to do your job and you have to make sure, again, you do your prep work. I just say this is playoff time right now. I think that's how we have to approach it, because again, you can count, you almost can count you can count on two hands how many games you have left. It goes quick right now. We've got 7 weeks of hockey. 7 weeks of hockey, that's all before the playoffs, and this is the stretch run. So we look at it a little different, where it's the stretch run, it's playoff hockey, and bottom line is we have to pay attention to detail. You have to be aware of what's going on out there, and that's the only way I think you can approach it this time of year, because every game is magnified right now.
It is playoff hockey from here on in, and the league's so tight right now. In the middle, there's Fair State's at the top and Alabama's at the bottom, but everyone in the middle is basically, we could have home ice or we could be in second last place depending on how a couple weekends go.
There's not a lot of magic. You just try to, again, you tweak some things, but you don't want to blow everything up. You can't blow everything up. The bottom line is I think there's little things that you need to look at. One is, how's our intensity level? I think first and foremost, in sports in general, is how's your intensity level? We have 5, they have 4. We have to make sure, again, we outwork them. We have to make plays. But if our intensity level is good, typically your power play is going to get scoring chances. Doesn't mean you're going to score, right, but you're going to get some scoring chances. And I just thought last weekend we were a little discombobulated. We didn't get, we didn't get a lot of scoring chances. We struggled winning faceoffs, which is intensity based, and we had a hard time on zone entry. So you take a look at those two areas; they need to improve. And if those two areas improve, your power play is going to get scoring chances. If you get scoring chances, some are going to go in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we're going to be a championship team or playoff contender, we have to be limiting teams to 1, 2, 3 at the most goals per game. We've let up, laid an egg 5 against Alaska, and then 4, and then 3 this weekend, or this past weekend. So I mean, that's not going to cut it. We get them down to 2 goals a game, then our offense starts clicking, PP starts clicking, and we're going to win some games.